Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from, you're welcome. Today, again, I have another thing that I would like to share. I just want to talk briefly about meditation. I've been teaching people meditation for some time, but I haven't actually made a video on it on this platform, in this very space. So I would like to talk about meditation briefly. Meditation is a great way of accessing the truth. It's a great way of assessing the truth. And also, I know we only talk about prayer and fasting. We don't talk about meditation. But there are many ways. There are many different ways of meditating. And meditation actually helps us to know the truth. Just know that your whole life you have been lied to. We have been lied to our whole life. The lives we are living are not our own lives. Our imaginations have been hijacked by external authority figures, the general control system that operates in this world. And we believe that because we are not aware, it takes awakening to understand that the life we are living is not the life that God intended for us. But how are we supposed to know that? When from the day you were born, your parents begin to teach you the ways that operate in this world, the ways that operate in this incarnation. They will teach you the cultural practices, the way you should live. This is how we do it, and it has been like that. In fact, they will tell you it's been like that from our forefathers, from one generation to the other. Even if you want to tell them or try to question the beliefs they have, if they are actually real, they will shut you down. They will tell you, but who are you to come and tell us? They will say, who are you to come and tell us what has been happening since even before our parents were born? You see, they were very complacent. They never bothered to question the beliefs. They were simply their parents simply indoctrinated them into their own beliefs, and they accept them. I see one thing about beliefs, and particularly religious beliefs, are things that people take so dear that if you want to say anything that will contradict what they believe, in fact, you will put yourself in danger, you put your life in danger, because you can easily be killed if you want to challenge their beliefs. So anything they tell us about beliefs, we just accept it completely without any doubt. And we are ready to go to any level, to any length to defend that, even though we don't know whether it is real, it is true, whether it is false or not. We always want to uphold it and defend it. So that is how we have been living. I have been a Catholic all my life, and I go to church. I do fasting, I do prayer, I do all those things. But when I became awakened, the values that I held so dear to my heart have been shattered. Because there are things that you experience in life that will make your beliefs to change. When there is spiritual epiphany, the things that you believe so much and you hold dear to your heart are not even real. I thought those things were all real. I was one of the persons that defend beliefs so much. If you want to speak anything about about Catholic, or anything about maybe a reverend father or a reverend sister, I'm ready to go with you to any level. I will argue it, I will so defend it. I might even fight you, because at that point, somehow I was still living in I was living in the ego somehow. So I was ready to fight, to defend it to any level, to convince you, to make you understand that this is the only thing you have to believe. But that is religion. You see, religion is different from spirituality. When you become spiritual, you begin to embrace God more. You will have a unique understanding about how things work in the spiritual realm. And you begin to understand that, in fact, Religion and spirituality are different things altogether. You don't live in ego in spirituality. You will not. And in spirituality, you will be able to access God more. You will hear God more. And you begin to obey instructions. In fact, your divine self, your soul, people believe that the soul is just there dormant in you. When you die, then your soul will go to hell or heaven. Well, I want to tell you that there is no particular kingdom as heaven, and there is no particular kingdom as hell. All of them exist where we are. You know, some people are waiting that they will die. God is going to come with his angels from heaven and fall on the earth, perhaps on a helicopter or on a jet or whatever. Then they will believe. And that is why we now, sometimes, you see, we fight ourselves here because we are living in the ego. We fight, we argue, we destroy things, we kill people, you know, because we believe that one day we will die and go to heaven, and perhaps we will be judged according to how we have lived. Yes, we will be judged according to how we are living our lives here. But all these things you are hearing, they sound very far, as if heaven, hell, God, kingdom, all those things, they are very far. That one thing will have to happen, then he will die and go there. They exist. They are just dimensions. They are dimensions that exist where we are. If you die here in this incarnation, you are just leaving this space to another space. Death is nothing but just a transition. Maybe I should be to this level so that even people who are afraid of death will not be afraid of death again. You can only be afraid of death when you are not living right. You see, God that you are looking for far away is within you. God exists in you. You see, the Spirit of God is in you. The spirit of devil is also in you. It all depends on which one you choose to feed. And which one, the one you feed is the one that will regulate your life. Is the one that will take possession and begin to lead you in how you live your life. But we don't know about these things because we are immersed so much in religion. Religion does not give you awareness. Spirituality does. It will expand your consciousness. It will expand your awareness. It will make you to begin to know the things that are happening. And you see, when spirituality comes to play, it will be like a challenge. You are now challenging the beliefs, the religious beliefs. You are challenging them because, like what I'm saying now, is going to sound to some people as if I'm talking trash. It may just be that, what am I even talking about? Am I opposed to, am I against religion or something? I am not against religion, but I am saying that religion does not give you awareness. Religion does not do you anything. Religion is just, it's just about the ego. It's just feeding the ego, because that is where the ego has the most brilliant disguises. Yes, the ego disguise. In churches, that is where the ego, you find the ego operating. You find the ego more in operation in churches. You find the ego more in culture. You find the ego more in traditions. You see all these things you have been hearing about culture, tradition, they are all lies. They are just made up of control, just to control humanity, to control you, to control the way you live, the way you act. They control your actions, control your thoughts. The way you think is being controlled by the ego. The way you act is being controlled by the ego. Controls you emotionally. It controls you by fear. It controls you by projection. What do I mean by this? You see, the thoughts you have are not your own thoughts. I told you that your imagination is being hijacked by the external authority figures. That is the control system that rules in this world. And that is not of God. It is the ego. It is the devil that is regulating all of that, that is operating all of that. I once told you in my first video that the ego, that they are using sodium fluoride to put in the tap water that you drink and you think it's just for purification, it is not just for purification. Sodium fluoride, according to research carried out by Jane Locke in many years ago, shows that sodium fluoride is just a chemical used to kill rodents. And they are putting it in our tap water, in the drinking water we are taking. And you think it's just for purification. No. That is it's just to decalcify your third eye. I once told you about the third eye. It's to cloak your third eye. It's to make it to remain permanently dormant, so that you will never get to know, you will never have awareness, because your third eye is your spiritual antenna. It is your spirit, it is your eye of intuition that tells you, that gives you things that are happening beyond the physical level. It tells you the things, it gives you awareness. If you have your third eye is activated, is open, anywhere you enter, before you get there, it will tell you, you will receive messages about that area, about that place. So the sodium fluoride they are using in the water that we are drinking is just for your third eye not to be open. Because when your third eye is open, you will know that you are under control, that you are being controlled here. So that is the reason, one of the reasons why your third eye cannot be activated. You cannot, and you can't know some of these things if your third eye is still clogged. So that is what the ego is doing to you. So the ego cage you in fear. You live in fear. You are living in fear. Fear of different things, fear of unknown, fear of uncertainty, fear of the future, fear of what will happen if you take certain actions or what if you take certain things. These things are projection. All these things are being projected to you so that you will not be able to do some of the things that you naturally want to do on your own. You will not do them because you will be afraid. You see, fear of judgment. You are afraid of what people will say. You will not do this. I may even say, I don't want to do this video now, because if I do it, some people will criticize me. They will say I'm talking nonsense. I'm saying what does not work. I'm saying this, I'm saying that, because I don't want people to judge me. I will sit back. Many people have been having ideas like that to share. They will not share because, well, they are afraid of judgment. You see, the ego will judge you in everything you do. Ego is full of judgment. And it used that judgment to keep people caged in fear. And they will not come out to do those things. Even in their personal life and in their official life, in whichever aspect you want to look at it, it exists. So we will not do it because of what? Fear. Fear of what? Judgment. And when we talk about this ego, you see, I told you last time that the devil is not standing anywhere. The devil is a son of God. Remember, he's a son of God whom God caused supply. He's disconnected from God because of how he rebelled with God. Okay, how is he carrying out his activities? Through us, you human beings who are living on this earth. But we are standing and blaming the devil, casting the devil, I cast you, cast the devil, I do this, devil, I do that. As if it's a human being that you are looking at standing somewhere or standing in front of you. No. The devil is using almost everybody. He uses us in different ways. How did you see the devil? The devil is a thought form. It's a spirit. It attaches itself to people to carry out all these actions. And that's why you see, when you listen to people who attempt suicide, they will tell you that they were hearing a voice in their head telling them to do it. Go ahead and do it. And it's there. Do it. It can never be well. It can never do this. It can never do that. The best thing for you, the best option is for you to commit suicide. You see, they will be hearing that voice. They will think, sometimes they will think that it is their own thought telling them to do it. It is not. It's an infused thought. An infused thought, the devil infuses thought with the thoughts of people. And so when they are hearing that, they will think it's their own thought. And as it's telling you that, when you are giving it a listening, it will begin to suggest action plan for you. If you do like this, this is what will have followed next. So you can do that. You can go ahead and do this. You see, we'll be hearing these things and we'll be obliging the devil. We will be listening to what he's saying and we'll be doing it. Why? Because his thought is infused to us. But you also have a choice. The choice is for you to reject what he's saying to you. So when you hear that negative thought coming to you to carry out an action that is something that is bad, ask yourself whether that action, that thought is your own or is an infused thought. That is how to overcome the ways of this dark energy. Without that, you will never be able to overcome. That is why I told you about even the custodians of religion, all the pastors we run to pray for me, the pastor, this pastor, we call the great pastor, great men of God. So means to get what they want. They incur means you are the one seeing them as that. But are they really that? Some of them, after serving this dark energy, they are carrying out the actions of the dark energy, but you see them as great. They infuse, the dark energy infuse is thought in people. And you see them go out to carry out those actions. In fact, you will do it before you realize you have done it. Because you wouldn't know, it's so convincing when it's coming. It's so attractive and very convincing in a way that you'll be tempted to go ahead to do it. Yes, but by the time you do it, you will find you accomplish it before you begin to realize that, oh, this wasn't your intention. You have just acted, you have done something that you didn't originally want to do in the first place. So that is how the operation, that's how the ego uses us. That's how the ego will carry out the actions, the things of the ego. We fight, we argue, we destroy, we do a lot of terrible things. But look at it, all these things are ways of the ego. That is how we feed that energy. That's how we oblige it. That's how we serve it. We serve it without even knowing that we are serving it. You see, that's how it operates. But what if we resort to our authentic self, our true self? Our true self does not judge us. Our true self is all about love. Our true self promotes humanity, while the ego destroys humanity. Even the things we are looking at, the things we are talking about in this world now, we talk about this coronavirus and all these things, coronavirus. I'm pronouncing it in Spanish, but it's coronavirus. You see, we are talking about these things are all in the Bible. If you read Revelation 8, you will see that all these things have been there. But because we are not conversant with our Bible, I mean, we don't read our Bible, and that's why we don't understand them. But they are there. If we read it, we will understand what it's all about. This is just the primary stage. We are seeing the primary stage. Because when you read about the 7 angels that we are talking about in chapter 8 in the Bible, in Revelation, you will know that we are just still in the primary phase. We are still in the third part of it, because we have 7 parts that we have to go through. So when you read it, when we go through that, you will begin to understand what I'm talking about. Like I'm telling you that the kingdom is not anywhere that you have to struggle to go and meet God somewhere. There is nothing like that. These things are the things that the control system, the external authority figures who are controlling this world have told you, and they made you to believe it, so that to keep you out of awareness. That is the meaning of it. There is no kingdom or place. They are all dimensions that exist where we are. When you leave this world, you enter another dimension. But if you do not live well here, you will not live well there. That is just it. Your soul will become earthbound. That is the meaning of all these things. I have to reduce them so that you'll be able to understand what they are saying. You just have to, it's just living right, living in love, promoting humanity. And see, all this fight, all these things you are seeing, they are just ways of the ego. And that is what the ego wants you to do, to continue to live that way, because that is their own projection. They are projecting it on you so that you continue to live in that way. But that is actually not the true way. The true way is to go inward through meditation. When you meditate, you go inward. The kingdom of God that you are hoping that you are going to die here and go there is inside of you. It's not anywhere outside. It's within you. Even the Bible says that the kingdom of God is within you. And I believe you don't understand when you hear the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God, because there are 7 energy light centers inside of you. Those light centers are there. The king, if you begin to access them one after the other, you activate them one after the other, you will realize that the kingdom of God is actually within you. It's not anywhere outside. The Bible even warned about these things that we are seeing today. That if this time comes, you should not go outside, you should go inward. So, go inward and find out God. Find God within you. You see, all these people you are going outside to meet, you are running from one church to meet all the pastors, they are doing miracle and all those things. That miracle exists within you. It exists. The only condition is for you to believe. If you believe, the miracle can happen. It's inside of you. When you find God inside of you, every other thing can happen. Find God within you and stop believing the lies, because this world we are is just about lies. The things they tell you about culture and tradition, they are all lies. Those things are just to feed you so that you will not think about anything else. You will not go inside to find your true self, to find the God within you. They are telling you their projections so that you will not know. All the forefather ancestors, they are telling you, they did not serve God. They are dead, but they are suffering too. Even after they are dead, they are suffering. And they want to continue that way too, to die and begin to suffer. But the truth is inward, going inward. Go inward, find the truth. When you begin to meditate, you will find the truth within yourself, because it is true. I was praying too, sitting down, shouting. Now I don't pray shouting anymore, because you will not find the truth in that way. You find the truth within yourself. If you need to know more about meditation, you find in my earlier video. You will find it in my earlier video to learn about meditation. For people who don't know, or I will even still post a meditation video, because there are different types of meditation. Just like I'm telling you about meditation, even the ego, those who start the dark energy also do meditation. But meditation is actually the truth. It gives you awareness. It makes you to know the truth. So that is it. Find the truth, and the truth will set you free. Will set you free from the lies that they tell you in this kingdom. Will set you free from all the deception that plays here, because the life we are living is a lie. The life we are living is being ruled by the ego, the dark energy. That is the power that is ruling this world. If you realize that it is that power that is ruling this world, you will not bother about whatever that is happening again. You will even want to continue to go inward to find your own truth. Find your own truth within yourself. I will post the other video of meditation for those who want to learn meditation, because if you learn meditation, that is where you will begin to understand the truth. You can never know the truth, because there's so much deception in this world. And that is why you are hearing all these things that are happening. All these things are happening because the foundation was built on lies. We had a false foundation in this life, in this world. It is only truth. It's truth that will cure lies. It is truth that will heal. Until we dismantle this foundation, we crumble it, this foundation of lies, until we crumble it before things will ever be well again. And build and find out, because this one is an awareness. When the foundation of truth is revealed to you, this life will be different again. All these things we are having in the world, they are going to continue to happen until God's kingdom that we are talking about, that some people believe that they are going to heaven to go and have it, is here. It's going to manifest. It will be revealed. Until when it's revealed, then you know the truth. You will know that the life you have been living, has been a false life. A false life, not the life that God gave you to live. That it is the world, the lies of this world that they brainwash everybody with, and everybody is living it. Have a nice day. Thank you.